is back after almost 360 days of being on the shelf. I mean, it seemed like a renewed Laker effort, and I've covered so many of these Grammy trips, you know, championship teams, non-championship teams. It can be tough. You want to start out with a W in that first one.
Yeah.
And not only was it a W, it was a resounding W. Like, I felt like they were up pretty much the entire second half. And Golden State, you know, good team, made a couple little runs there, but Lakers, I was really impressed by what they did in that opener of the 6-game trip.
If you don't follow the Lakers like we do, or Laker fans, and you kind of look at the box score, you might see Vando with 2 points, maybe a +6, you might gloss over it and not think much. But for us who cover this team religiously and for our jobs, to not have him for an entire year, and not sure when he's coming back, and constantly talking about it, and then feeling weird by saying, well, when Vando comes back, because you can't really put a price on his value, right? Because the things he does in a basketball game, James, you know, you're a championship player. You just have to have those guys on every single team. 12 minutes, the impact was there. 4 rebounds, 3 steals, the 2 assists.
You know, you really understand what an extra possession is. If he runs down a loose ball, a 50-50 ball, and give you an extra possession when you really need it, it really is a lift for the team, or a charge, or just a deflection. You know, just little things like that. And, you know, he can score on occasion, too. You know, he's one of those, like a scavenger in a fish tank. He gets everything around that nobody else really wants to eat. And, you know, he just does it night in after night. You don't see it in the box score as much, but defensively, man, he's a hound. And you know, opponents don't get their scores easily against him, and that makes a big difference when he's on the floor. As a teammate, when you know you got somebody back that has your back like that, man, it makes a big difference.
Really well said. And Brez, I feel like we see other teams with these type of players, and we're always like, just got to get Vando back because it's going to make us a little bit different. He's the one guy that can do these things. It's why you and I lost confidence last year at the end of the year in terms of them making that deep run they did the year before, because we just didn't have that player that can play like that.
I can't believe he set out pretty much an entire year and he looked the way he did. I thought he played about 8 minutes, so he even beat my expectations in that category. And you know what Jared Vanderbilt is not? He's not a good fantasy basketball player.
He's not 40 minutes, 25 points.
You know how towards the end of the show we always have, hey, here are the 4 guys who played really well tonight and scored 30 points. And then we have the impactors, big games impactors. Jared Vanderbilt is not in that first group. He's not with Anthony Edwards. You know, he's not with Kevin Durant or whatever. He's an impactor. And tonight he absolutely put that on display. Really impressed by his first game since February 1st.
No, don't give him no Scott.
Right, you guys now won 5 out of 6. The West is tough. You told us like kind of every night. Momentum's gonna be harder in this league because so much parity. But is there something within that, being the state of your team in the league, that you can say that we are building something here as we go into the second half?
Well, that's what we want to. I said it the other night. I said, you know, obviously we know the first 41 was kind of played some good ball, then we didn't play good ball, kind of like a roller coaster. So hopefully we can learn from the things that we didn't do so well in the first 41 and apply them to the last 41. So I guess we're off to a good start so far.
What did you see from Vando tonight?
Besides his win, like he didn't miss a beat. I mean, he's flying around. What he does don't even always show up in the box score, but to come back in his first game, and you guys would know more than I know at the time. I know it's been quite a while to have 3 steals, have the playmaking, the assist, caught the ball in the pocket, found a guy on the opposite corner for a 3, offensive rebound, tip in. Vando we missed him, so it's happy to have him back.
It's been about a week since we talked about margins in LA. Having a guy like Vando who can create easy baskets off of steals, having Max and Gabe defend Steph the way they defended Steph, like having those guys kind of start. What does that do to the margins?
It shrinks them a little bit when we're low, but I think everyone took accountability and everybody's just trying to play the right way and how we want to play and execute the game plan that Coach Redick and the rest of the coaching staff, how they want us to play. So, like I said, today's game plan will be much different from the Boston game plan. Charlotte's game plan on Monday will be a lot different from today's game plan. And when we go out there, we execute it. If Jax do what he's supposed to do, and the rest of the guys do what they're supposed to do, we'll put ourselves in a position to win. And that's what we have to do. Every single night we have to execute our game plan.
What were you guys able to do defensively against Curry in the second half? He went 0 for 8.
Just hoping he missed. It's Steph, man. Just hope they miss. He put bodies in front of him, and you just hope they miss.
LeBron, there was the play out of a timeout in Austin where Austin throws the alley-oop, and he said that it wasn't thrown up. You said something to him, basically, look for me. What did you see going into that, and kind of how did you decide that was going to be
Just reading the game. I'm able to clock things that happen in the first quarter to know that I can always use it in the fourth quarter. So just I'm always one play ahead. So something that I saw in the first quarter that could possibly store for the fourth, and then we got that opportunity, was able to connect.
What do you like about this team defensively tonight?
We're just flying around helping each other when things broke down, which is going to happen because when you play a Steph Curry team, you're going to have breakdowns because that's just how good he is. You have a lot of eyes on him, a lot of bodies in front of him. And for the majority, when we did break down, we had guys covering for one another, and that helps.
You guys are pretty impressive in the fourth quarter when you have the lead, but tonight it seemed like you pushed it even more. What did you like in that fourth quarter?
Our composure, our execution offensively, and then our execution defensively. We didn't turn the ball over. We started in the first quarter, turned the ball over a little bit too much, including myself, and we shored that up in the second half.
You'll be back here for an All-Star game, your 21st. Did you think about that? I mean, that's a record, obviously.
Well, first of all, special thanks to my fans that voted me in their portion. The coaches, the players who had anything to do with me being a part of it. It's always special and very humbling, and I don't take it for granted being an All-Star. Something that when I was a kid, I always watched the All-Star game and had the opportunity to do it, and I always wanted to be on that floor. But it's always special. So I'm pretty happy about it.